eggs, must you?
Must I what, sis?
Make noise like a hungry hippopotamus.
Yep.
Morning, everybody.
Hi, Papa.
Hi.
For you, dear, airmail special.
Hey, it's from Cousin Gaylord.
Cousin Gaylord?
Yeah, he's a fairly distant cousin, Kath, one of the Atlanta lanes. He says, howdy, Cousin Martin. We all as fine as wine. Hope you all are the same. Me and Sissy are busy...
That's Cousin Gaylord's wife.
Me and Sissy are busy on boll weevils at the store, but glory be, things are booming.
Well, isn't that nice?
Which brings me to the reason for writing. Our little gal Betsy is coming home from boarding school on vacation, and her mommy and me are just too darn rushed at the store to look after her proper. So I was hoping you could put her up for a couple of weeks.
Why, of course, we'd love to have her.
Oh, Natalie, you have enough to handle around here as it is.
Oh, I don't mind the extra work. It's only for a couple of weeks.
Now, this is a big house, Nat, and you have practically no help. So much as I'd like to have Cousin Betsy come, I'm afraid I'm going to have to say thank you, but no thank you.
I'll get it. Hi. Hello. May I help you?
You must be Cousin Patty.
Cousin Patty?
Uh-huh. I'm Daddy Gaylord's little gal, Betsy. Hi. Hi.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
She's sweet. That's Sarah Jane.
Hey, now there's a doll.
His name's Grady Tyler.
Oh, so you steady?
No, just a boy I date.
Wow.
That's Carson Culpepper. I date him, too.
And that's another boy you date.
Uh-huh. They all are.
Come on now, Betsy. You're not going to tell us you go out with the whole football team.
Of course not, Cousin Patty. Just the backfield. They're all back home. I don't know any boys here.
Betsy, tell you what. Tomorrow we'll go down to the shake shop so you can meet some of the fellas.
Oh, please don't trouble yourself.
Oh, it's no trouble at all.
You're both so sweet. But honest, back home I'm happy just to sit and read a good book.
When do you find the time?
Oh, yeah!
You see, Betsy, they do notice you.
My, Nolan boys sure are friendly.
Well, they want you to know there's no hard feelings about Fort Sumter. Oh, come on, there's Kathy.
Excuse me. Hi. Beg your pardon. Excuse me.
Hi, Kathy. We're here.
We saved a place for you. George, say hello to Betsy Lane, our cousin from Atlanta. Betsy, this is George Tutwiler, a friend of mine.
Pleased to meet you.
How do you do? Thank you. Did you say Tutwiler?
That's right.
Are you by any chance a kinfolk of Thomas Jefferson Tutwiler, the famous Confederate general?
Gee, I don't know. My folks are mostly in the stationery business.
I'll just bet you are. Down home, there's this big statue of General Tutwiler in the park, waving his saber and leading his troops into battle. You look just like him.
No kidding.
Uh-huh.
What'll it be?
That depends on how Kathy's fixed for funds.
No, this is my treat.
Well, thank you kindly, Mr. Tutwiler.
Call me George.
George.
I'll have a chocolate sundae with sprinkles.
What about you, Betsy?
Oh, I'll just have a little root beer.
1 root beer.
Oh, make it a small one here. When I meet somebody fascinating, I just get too excited to eat.
No kidding.
I hope we're not interrupting anything, Kathy.
No. George was just going over a poem he's reading to the literary club. A poem? Really? I just adore poetry.
No kidding.
Uh-huh. George was reading some of Shakespeare's verse. Oh, I'd love to hear it, Mr. Tutwiler.
Call me General. I mean George.
George. Hello, Patty.
Hi, Kath. What are you doing home? I thought you had a date with George Tutwiler.
He called to say he couldn't make it.
Oh, that's too bad. Have you seen Betsy? She's not in her room.
No, she went to the movies with George Tutwiler.
Shit. Why, that sneaky little thing.
No, she's not, Patty. She told me he asked her to go.
Oh, why didn't you tell her to lay off?
Well, how could I after she'd accepted? She'd have been terribly embarrassed.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, goodbye, Charlie, to him, I say.
Yes. He was very nice, though.
Oh, forget it, Kath. If a guy is that fickle, I say P.H.I.
P.H.I.
Pack him in.
You're taking my loss very well.
I'm sorry, Kath.
Hi, yo.
Oh, hi, Betsy. How come you're home so early?
Because Mr. George Tutwiler is a total disaster.
What happened?
Our wagon train was attacked.
You what?
George took me to a cowboy movie. I've never been so bored in all my living days. I'm sorry it was such a dull evening.
Oh, it wasn't all bad. At the popcorn stand, this real cute boy came up and introduced himself. Oh? What was his name?
Robert? Or was it William?
Darn, I can't recall. Oh, well, chin up. It'll come back to you. And if it doesn't, he will.
Yes, I do believe I'll be hearing from him.
Oh, let's hope so. We wouldn't want you to get the impression that all northern boys are as pokey as old George.
You know something? I'll just bet he was fibbing when he claimed to be kinfolk of General Thomas Jefferson Tutwiler.
Come on, Kath, let's park.
Hey, too bad Betsy couldn't come tonight. The place is really swinging. Patty, Betsy is here. Look.
Yep, that's our Betsy.
I wonder who she's with. Perhaps that real cute boy whose name she couldn't remember.
It's Richard! Why, that Confederate Cleopatra!
Patty, you can't make a scene here.
Well, how dare she date Richard? He's mine!
Well, Betsy doesn't know that. Obviously, Richard hasn't told her.
Where do I get my hands on him?
Why bother? I say goodbye, Charlie, to him.
What?
Well, if a man is that fickle, forget him. I say P.H.I. That cute boy I met took me to the pictures. Turns out his name's Richard Harrison.
You don't say. Then maybe you'd like to have this for your collection.
Why, it's Richard. Patty, you're the living end. Love, Richard. Oh, Patty, I had no idea.
No. I'm sure Richard was too busy to bring it up. What a wicked boy. I could sink right through the floor.
Forget it. You can't help being irresistible. We'll make like it never happened.
Patty, you're such a wonderful person.
Yeah. I hope we don't run out of boys before you leave.
Richard was right about one thing. You are the living end.
Good night, Betsy.
I just love being here with Patty, Sarah Jane. I wish I could stay on and on like Cousin Kathy. Don't see how I could, though, as long as Kathy's here. Sarah Jane, wouldn't it be nice if Kathy suddenly took a notion to go off and live with a daddy in Europe? Don't suppose she ever will, though. Not unless something happened to put that notion in her head. Cousin Kathy, could you help me take up the hem of this dress? Oh, certainly. I was just finishing a letter to my father. Oh. Where's your daddy now? In Rome. Next week, India. My, I bet you miss him a lot. Terribly. That's why I write such long letters. Don't you ever get to see him? Oh, on his vacations. We have marvelous times. But then there's always the day when we have to say goodbye again. That must be just awful. Patty and Aunt Natalie and Uncle Martin and Ross make it a lot easier. My, they're real folks. They certainly do make a person feel welcome. Yes, they're pretty special. Indeed they are. I mean, no matter how long you live here, Cousin Kathy, I'll bet they'll never let you feel you're in the way. In the way? Oh, but you're not. You're family. Oh, and you and Patty get on so well. Yes, we do. My, that's wonderful. You know, I recall once when my mama invited her sister to come and live with us. After a while, Mama couldn't wait for Andy to get up and go. Her own sister. Well, perhaps Patty and I are lucky that we're only first cousins. Shall we have a look at that dress? Here. Hi.
Hi.
Busy?
Oh, just doing my geometry homework. Or trying to. Darn. Why wasn't I born with brains like Kathy?
Aunt Natalie says she's just brilliant.
Fantastic. IBM machines bring their problems to Kathy.
Why, your mother just goes on and on about how wonderful Kathy is.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you ask her to help you with that?
Oh, not Kathy. She says it's good for my character to go it alone.
Oh. My roommate at boarding school is smart like Kathy. Mary Lou. Knows everything.
Yeah, that can be a drag to live with sometimes.
You really mean that, Cousin Patty?
Oh, don't breathe a word of this to anybody. But as much as I adore and worship Kathy,
Yes.
well, sometimes when she comes on like Albert Einstein,
I won't say a word. That's just how I feel about Mary Lou sometimes.
aren't we awful?
Dreadful. You know something, Cousin Patty? I didn't realize we had so much in common. Well, better get along with that now. Hello, Patty.
Hi, Kath. What's the square root of 17?
Figure it out.
Thanks a lot. I haven't got time.
Oh? What's your hurry?
I'm taking Betsy to that dance at the Y tonight. You want to come with us?
No, thank you. I think I'll stay in and wash my hair.
Well, as long as you're staying in, would you copy out the last few equations for me?
I will if you insist. But I really think you ought to do it yourself, Patty.
Excuse me. I forgot what a high-minded character I live with.
What?
Well, it's not as if I asked you to help me cheat on an exam or something.
Patty, what's gotten into you?
Nothing. It's just I hate this assignment so.
All right. I'll finish it for you.
No, I'll do it. Well, why don't you come with us, Kath? The place will be bulging with boys.
Indeed. All baying after you and Betsy.
Kathy, you can have any boy you want. You just don't try. You have to pour on a little flattery.
I know. But when I do, I sound like such a ninny.
Oh. Is that how I sound to you? Like a ninny?
I didn't mean that.
Well, you practically said so.
I didn't.
But you do think so.
All right. If you want the truth, I suppose there are times when you do.
Kathy.
Oh, don't be upset. I'm sure there are times when you find me a long-haired drag.
I never said that.
Let's face it, Patty, we're really very different people.
Yeah, but we get along great.
Don't you ever get tired of having me around all the time? Intruding?
Intruding? Kathy, whatever put such an idea in your head?
I don't know. Perhaps it was something that Betsy said the other day.
What did she say?
That I was lucky to be living with a family that never made me feel I was in the way.
In the way? You? You know, the other night, little old cousin Betsy somehow got me to admit that, well, that I get edgy when you're being brilliant at school.
And I found myself telling her that I resented your being so popular with boys.
Kathy, do you think our cousin is up to something?
I don't know.
Sure sounds like she's trying to make trouble between us.
But why on earth should she?
I can't imagine. Something spooky is going on around here.
Patty, Betsy is a very sweet girl.
Oh, bless her. Butter would melt in her pretty little mouth.
Let's not be unkind.
No.
I'll just have a little old root beer. Or make it a small one. Here. When I meet somebody fascinating, Mr. Tutwiler, I just get too excited to eat.
And then she went after Richard the chicken-minded. I'm going to find out what she's up to.
Oh.
By out sneaking her.
Good evening, Cousin Betsy.
Well, hi, Kathy.
Patty will be right in.
Oh, thank you.
Aren't you going to come with us, Kathy? No, I never have much fun at dances.
I understand. It must get tiresome seeing Patty with all the boys.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, I'm afraid it does.
It's a shame. I mean, you'd think Patty'd make a little more effort to see that you had a good time, too.
I'm sure she tries. Sometimes.
I doubt it. Cousin Kathy, has it ever occurred to you that Well, that maybe Patty enjoys sashaying up with the boys while you sit off in the corner? Cousin Betsy. Oh, Betsy, here's that pin you wanted to borrow. Kathy. Patty, what have you been doing? Just, having a little heart-to-heart with our cousin. Isn't that right, Betsy?
I agree with you, Patty. It was shameful of Betsy.
Yeah, but why would she do such a thing?
Well, perhaps your father can tell us when he's through talking to her.
No, I don't really care. I just wanted to go home. Well, Papa?
Well, I had a talk with Betsy, and then I called Cousin Gaylord, and he's coming to pick her up.
Good riddance.
Patty, you and Kathy have every reason to be furious with Betsy, but we should try to understand her a little.
I do. She's a snake.
No, she's just a very lonely girl.
Lonely? Have you seen that collection of boys on her dresser?
Well, maybe she has plenty of dates. But what she doesn't seem to have is a family.
What about Gaylord and Sissy?
Well, I gather that Gaylord and Sissy ship Betsy off to boarding school so that they can devote all their time to building up their business. And on her vacations, they fob her off on relatives like us.
Okay, so she's lonely. But why did she try to start a feud around here?
Because, honey, she had the wild hope that Kathy would decide she wasn't welcome here, and then Betsy could come and live with us instead.
Boy, she must have been desperate.
She must feel terrible about this.
Okay.
I'll go tell Kathy we don't hate Betsy anymore.
I think somebody ought to have a talk with Cousin Gaylord.
Somebody did. That's why he'll be here on the next plane.
And next summer we want you to come and stay with us.
Do you really mean that, Cousin Patty?
Of course.
And so do I.
Betsy, look who's here.
Daddy!
Howdy, honey.
I didn't know you were coming.
I know you didn't, honey, but aren't you glad?
Yes.
Howdy, Cousin Natalie.
Hello, Gaylord.
Daddy, I'd like you to meet Cousin Patty.
Hi.
And Kathy and Rose.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey, they all talk like that.
Betsy.
Oh, honey, I'm so glad to see you.
You came too.
Of course I did, honey. Howdy, everybody.
I'm just thrilled, but it didn't need both of you to come to fetch me home.
We're not going home just yet, gal.
Daddy booked us into a hotel here, honey, for a whole week.
Right, us country cousins gonna see the big town.
Golly.
Yes, sir. Me and your mommy got a heap of catching up to do.
Daddy decided, honey. You're transferring to the high school back home so we can get acquainted with you.
You hear that? But, Daddy, who's going to take care of the store?
Hang the store. I want to enjoy my pretty daughter's company before some smart young fella starts keeping it with her. Come along, gal. I'm mighty grateful to you folks.
I'll drive you to the hotel.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Bye now. And thank you all for being so wonderful. I'll be seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
You all come back. Here.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins. identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two.
What's going on? It looks like they're giving away free banana splits. We got a celebrity with us. A big deal. Look at everybody acting like a bunch of lunatics. Oh, dear, excuse me. Excuse me, I've got a lot of work to do. Excuse me.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You know, the old school hasn't changed at all. Even the kids look the same.
We've added some new classrooms. Would you like to see them?
Yes, I'd love to.
Patty, I thought you had a math class.
Who wants to go to a math class when she can look at Sal Mineo? Richard, did you see him?
I saw him.
Oh, did you ever see anything so dreamy? I wonder what he's doing here anyway.
He used to go to school here.
You're kidding. No wonder they call it the hallowed halls of Brooklyn Heights High.
Patty, will you please get that look off your face?
Richard, he's a big star. I could get discovered.
You mean found out?
I'll bet you he's come here to find new talent at his old high school. Of course. He wants to make somebody a big Hollywood movie star. Why not me?
He's here because he's going to star in a new television series. He plays a school teacher, and they're going to shoot some background stuff.
I knew it. It's fate.
What's fate?
They're going to need somebody to show them around school. Somebody who knows all the ropes. Somebody who can make life pleasant and easy for them. And guess who that someone is going to be?
Sal, this is Kathy Lane, Sal Mineo.
Hello, Kathy. I'm happy to meet you.
How do you do, Mr. Mineo? I've enjoyed your pictures and plays.
Well, thank you. I've heard a lot about you from Mr. Layton.
I thought it'd be a good idea if I assigned someone to show Mr. Mineo around the school. Would you like to take on the job, Kathy?
Yes, I'd love to.
And I promise I won't be a nuisance.
I'll bet there are thousands of girls who'd like to be in your shoes, Kathy.
I can think of one. Hey, where were you all day? You missed all the excitement. Oh, what excitement? Oh, nothing. There was just a movie star at school, that's all. I touched him with this hand. Oh, you should have seen him, Kathy. As a matter of fact, Patty, fantastic. And he acted just like he was an ordinary human being. Patty, you know, you could tell he was a movie star just by looking at him. He had that kind of shining quality. I hear he's going to be around school for a while, doing research. You know, I'll bet Mr. Layton asked me to show him around. Oh, hi, group.
Hello, Patty.
Did you know there was a movie star at school today?
Oh, yeah, Kathy mentioned it.
Isn't it nice that Mr. Layton asked Kathy to show him around?
Mr. Layton asked you to show Sal Mineo around? I tried to tell you, Patty. I think it's just great. I wish you and Sal every happiness.
What was that all about?
I think Patty was hoping they'd ask her to show him around. Perhaps I could talk to Mr. Layton.
I think we better let well enough alone, Kath.
I'll go talk to Patty.
I've got that old here we go again feeling.
I don't think there's anything to worry about.
I hope you're right. Patty's never been exposed to a star before. She might just go right into orbit.
Are you all right, Patty? Sure. My ego's a little bruised, but I'll get over it. I didn't ask Mr. Layton to select me. Yeah, I know, Kath. I'm not blaming you. I think it's great. I really do. I mean, a big celebrity comes to Brooklyn Heights High, they need somebody to show them around. So who do they ask? Do they ask a girl who knows every nook and corner of that school like the back of her own hand? Do they ask a girl who has something in common with a movie star? Do they ask a girl who knows how to handle a situation like that? No, they ask you. You! While I go to waste.
Well, I'm glad you're not upset.
Upset? No, I'm not upset. Sal Mineo doesn't impress me.
Good.
Kathy,
Yes?
would you do me a favor? If I can. Would you get me his autograph?
Oh, boy, this room really brings back a lot of memories.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of this is new.
Oh, yes, we pride ourselves on being a very modern high school.
Well, I bet there are a couple of things that haven't changed. Like, what's the new hangout?
Hangout?
Yeah, where'd all the kids go after school?
Oh, there's a place around the corner called the Shake Shop.
Well, I'd like to see it. And I'll tell you what, after school, I'll buy you a soda, huh?
Oh, I'd like that very... I'm afraid I have another engagement. But, I think I know someone that I might be able to persuade to go with you.
Patty,
Yeah?
can I talk to you for a moment?
Could you make it a little later, please? I'm up to my...
Hi, I'm Sal Mineo.
Yeah, I know.
Your cousin Kathy suggested that you might take me to the Shake Shop a little later.
My cousin Kathy suggested that? My darling cousin Kathy? The greatest girl who ever lived?
Well, of course, if you're busy, I can...
Busy? You mean this? Oh, this is just my hobby. My real career is, show business.
Ah, I see.
I knew you would. May I call you Mr. Mineo?
Oh, no. You may call me Sal.
Sal? Sal. Oh. My grandchildren will never believe this.
Yeah, look, Patty, before you have your grandchildren, could we have that soda?
A lot of people say that I have a natural talent. You should do some of my imitations. And I can play the tuba, and I do great Hungarian accent.
All at the same time?
No, we're getting kind of carried away.
No, look, it's great to be enthusiastic about it. It's wonderful. But in order to be a good actor, and I mean a really good actor, takes a lot of training and a lot of hard work.
Yeah, but it's all worth it, though, isn't it?
Oh, look, Patty, if I told you that I didn't enjoy all of it, I'd be a liar. Sure, it's wonderful. But the only problem is that sometimes it's very difficult to have any privacy, you know?
Oh. Yeah, I bet it is. Although nobody's bothering you around here.
Yeah, but you see, they don't expect me to be in a place like this. I mean, that's why nobody's recognized me. But if, like, one person recognizes me, then it, you know, it all sort of happens. You know?
Oh, really?
I was just saying to Sal here that. Sal, really?
Hey, request for a new album. Personal appearances. Chicago, Detroit, Paris. Paris? I don't even speak French. I don't think it's your voice they're interested in. Oh, here's a wild one. They want to know if you'll do a show at Brooklyn Heights High. Hey, wait a minute. Let me look at this. They'd like me to appear in a review sketch. The nerve of them kids. Hey, let's do it. Are you kidding? You haven't got time. We'll cancel one of the personal appearances. Colin, you don't know what these kids are like. They've been great. I'd like to do something for them. Buy them a new school. Aside from that, come on, tell them we'll do it. Actors. Hello, Patty. Oh, this is Colin Harvey, my manager. This is Patty Lane. Hello, Patty.
Hello?
May we come in?
Oh, yeah, sure. Right there. Hello. It's, just Sal Mineo and his manager.
My gosh, it really is Colin Harvey.
Ross. Hello, Sal.
Hiya, Kathy. How are you?
This is Kathy, my cousin Kathy, Colin Harvey, and my brother Ross, Sal Mineo.
Hi, Ross. How are you? Kathy, Ross?
Colin Harvey. Oh, this is my mother.
How do you do?
And my father.
How do you do?
And Sal Mineo.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Harvey. How are you? Nice to meet
Hello.
you. Say, do you know, you two look a lot alike.
Do you really think so?
Yeah. Hasn't anybody ever mentioned it before?
Well, it has been commented on once or twice.
Sweet little place you got here. Thank you. Funny how they build houses outside of California. Look, I'm sorry if we're intruding.
Intruding.
Well, you know, the Brooklyn Heights High School has asked me to appear in a review that they're doing.
Oh, but of course you're much too busy.
That's what I told them. Oh, but I'm going to do it.
You are?
Oh, sure.
That's wonderful.
What are you going to play?
Well, I thought I'd do a sketch about a high school teacher.
Oh, like your new television series.
Yes, that's right. Yes. And, well, I need a girl to play opposite me in the sketch.
Oh, and that's why you came here. Oh, well, you haven't made a mistake. Really, everything's going to be just great. Kathy will be beautiful. Congratulations, Kath. Patty, he hasn't said who he wants for the part yet. Well, he certainly wouldn't want me.
Well, you see, actually, this part, it doesn't call for a girl that speaks with a Hungarian accent or plays a tuba. Oh, no. But, Patty, if you want the part, it's yours.
Did you hear that? I'm co-starring with Sal Mineo. Mr. Gregory, I have a problem. Mr. Gregory, I have a problem. Mr. Gregory, I have a problem.
I'll say you have.
Oh, hi, Richard.
What's the matter with you, Patty?
I was just rehearsing. I'm co-starring with Sal Mineo.
Co-starring. You're playing a little scene with him in a high school play.
Well, everybody has to start somewhere. Look, if he didn't think I was good, he wouldn't have picked me.
Are you definitely set for this part?
Well, practically, definitely.
What's that mean?
That means that the principal thinks everybody should have a chance to read for the part. But Sal said if I'm any good at all, he'll see to it that I get it. I'm on my way to audition now.
I thought we had a date for the Shake Shop.
That was before I was co-starring with Sal Mineo. Some other time, Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Kathy.
Is anything wrong?
Yeah. Sarah Bernhardt's off again.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. It's only for one performance.
If Patty gets that part, she's going to be impossible.
Well, perhaps she won't get it.
What do you mean?
Do you remember what happened the last time she tried out for a school play?
Sure. She froze up and... She froze up. She froze up.
That's why I came to you, Mr. Gregory. Because you're so gentle and kind and wise. Now that I've seen you, I think I know what to do. Thank you. Goodbye. How did I do?
Oh, you were very good, Gloria. We'll let you know.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Who's next? Patty Lane. Patty Lane!
Here I
Hi, Patty. Hey, now look. Look, I want you to be as relaxed as you possibly can, okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm not nervous. I feel great.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I never felt better in my life.
Let's try it. We start the scene with Mr. Mineo seated at the desk. You come in to see him. You're very nervous.
Oh, no, I'm not. I really feel great.
I meant you're nervous in the scene.
Oh, yeah, I'm nervous in the scene.
Let's try it. Come in.
Mr. Gregory?
Hello, Susan. Sit down.
Thank you. I'm sorry for intruding like this.
It's perfectly all right. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm afraid I have a problem. I've tried to figure it out, but it's too big for me.
Oh?
It concerns another teacher in this school. I don't know how to handle it.
But now, who is this other teacher?
Miss Morgan.
Oh, your history teacher.
Yes, sir. She's in love with my father.
No.
I saw them together last night. She knows that I know she loves him. And now I have to face her. What can I say?
Well, that's a very difficult problem.
I know. That's why I came to you, Mr. Gregory. Because you're warm and kind and understanding. And now that I've seen you, I think I know what to do. Thank you. Goodbye. How was I?
You were marvelous. Excellent, young lady. Excellent. What did you say your name was?
Patty Lane.
I told you you'd be wonderful, didn't I?
That was nothing. Wait till you see me opening night.
Hi there. Good morning. Good morning. We need help.
What's your problem?
Well, the problem is, well, how do you compete with a celebrity?
I don't think you have to compete with anyone, Richard.
You're wrong, Mrs. Lane. Ever since Patty met Sal Mineo, you'd think I was nothing. I mean, he's a famous actor, he's rich, and he's handsome, and...
You want to know what she sees in him?
Oh, no, sir. I know what Patty sees in him. What I want to know is what he sees in her.
I imagine it's the same thing you do.
No, it isn't that. I mean, I understand Patty. Everyone thinks she's a crazy, kooky kid. But I know the real Patty. And underneath it all, she's a
crazy, kooky kid.
No, she's not, sir. She's a very sincere, warm girl. And she deserves everything she wants out of life. If she wants Sal Mineo, I'm not going to stand in her way.
Richard, did you come here to fight for her or give her up?
I'm not sure. I want to do what's best for her.
I think it would help if you made up your mind.
Well, even if I decide to fight for her, what chance have I got? I mean, he's got everything, and I'm just a handsome, intelligent boy.
You really want some advice?
I'd sure appreciate it.
Why don't you just sit tight? I have a notion the boy next door is going to win the girl.
I hope you're right, sir. I sure hate unhappy endings.
I'm more nervous than if I were going to a Broadway opening.
Yeah. Where's Sal Mineo's co-star? Isn't she coming with us?
Oh, she's already at school, Uncle Matthew.
Yeah, she's been there since yesterday.
She is so excited about this.
I saw her at the rehearsal. She was very good.
I wish she'd make up her mind what she wants to be. She's driving me crazy.
Well, let's go. We don't want to be late.
Thank you.
It's the next one. The high school teacher starring Sal Mineo and Patty Lane.
She better be good. She's using my name.
Come in.
Mr. Gregory?
Hello, Susan. Sit down. Sit down. You're probably sorry to intrude like this.
Yes. I'm probably sorry to intrude like this.
Well, now, that's perfectly all right, Susan. Now, tell me, what can I do for you? I suppose you have a problem and you've tried to work it out, but it's too big for you. Does it concern another teacher at the school?
Anything you say.
Yes, well, it's probably Miss Morgan, your history teacher, and you found out that she's in love with your father.
She is.
And so you've come to me because you don't know how to face her and because you don't know what to do about it. And it's a very, very big problem. And you've come to me because I'm gentle and kind and wise. And now that you have seen me, you know what you can do. Well, goodbye, Susan, and good luck. Goodbye, Susan. Goodbye, Susan. That girl's got a lot of problems.
Well, she's done it again.
And remember, Ross, when Patty comes down for breakfast, I don't want any jokes made about last night.
Dad, that's not fair. I've been practicing all morning.
Your father's right. An experience like last night could be very serious if it isn't handled carefully.
You mean she could have a trauma?
Ross, Patty is very sensitive. She was counting a lot on that play. And I think it was particularly upsetting because it happened in front of Salminio.
I wonder how he felt.
Well, there's no telling what this could mean to Patty. Why, she might become hard and bitter.
Or shy and withdrawn.
Gee, I had no idea that this could be so serious. After all, it was only a high school play.
But that's just the point, son. It happened in front of her peers. Patty is going to have to face them today. Don't you realize that she'd be worried about that?
I hadn't thought about it that way. I'll be real nice to her.
I doubt if she'll be very hungry, Aunt Natalie, but perhaps you should insist she eat.
I will.
If she's so nervous and upset, why is she still asleep?
Well, sleep is one of the greatest escapes in the world, son. It's nature's way of protecting us from what we don't want to face.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Boy, did I sleep. Mom, how about some bacon and eggs this morning with maybe a few pancakes on the side?
You have an appetite?
I'm starved. How about that crazy play last night? Did you ever see anything like that?
Well, it wasn't that bad, Patty.
Not bad. Did you see what Sal Mineo did to me?
No, what did Salminio do to you?
Well, he stole all my lines. He was afraid I was going to walk off with the show. So he said everything I was supposed to say. That's the trouble with actors. I mean, the minute you put the spotlight on them, boom.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins part.
Richard, I can't imagine what's keeping her. She should have been home hours ago.
I just have time for one more sandwich.
Oh, yes. Would you like some more milk?
Thank you. She knows I was going to meet her here, Kat.
Yes, well, I'm sure she'll be here.
Richard, could I ask you a personal question?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you gonna marry Patty?
Ross.
Why can't I ask him? He'd be my brother-in-law.
Well, she's crazy about me, but I don't know if I'm going to marry her or not.
Has she asked you yet?
Ross, it doesn't work that way.
You don't know Patty.
Gung-ho group!
Gung-ho yourself. You know, you're an hour late.
It was for a good cause. Where were you, Patty? At church.
On a Wednesday afternoon?
Mm-hmm. The church is having a big bazaar, and I'm on the committee. They asked all of us to come up with ideas to raise money. It's a lucky thing they have me. I came up with a blockbuster.
You gonna run a crooked poker game?
No, I suggested a raffle. It should be a cinch to raise at least $100. That's a wonderful idea, Patty.
Yeah, that sounds great. What are you going to raffle off?
You.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Patty, you're not serious about raffling me off.
Oh, yes, I am. It's all set.
Well, it's unconstitutional.
Richard, I have it all figured out, Richard.
Why would anyone buy a ticket to win him?
Because the prize is not only Richard, but dinner at the Starlight Room and orchestra seats to the Broadway smash hit A Girl from Paris.
Hey, that's great thinking.
Then you'll let us raffle you off?
Sure. Oh, I mean, it's the least I can do for the church.
His fiancé. Well, we better get down to business. Now, the bazaar is only 2 weeks away and we have a lot of work to do. I figure we can charge 50 cents a ticket.
If we sell 10,000 tickets, that's $5,000.
Richard, I love you. But don't go into orbit. If I can get rid of 100 tickets, it'll be a minor miracle.
Be sure they know it's me.
That'll hold back the sale. Okay. Gung-ho.
Patty, why don't we print our own tickets and save that expense? George has a small printing press that I'm sure he'll let us use. That's a great idea, Kat. And we can print them on the back of last week's math test.
I can't believe it. I'm the prize.
Finish one? There you are. Thank you. Here, Kathy, okay?
Yeah.
Your staples.
Hi.
Hi, Slane. How are you?
Gee, it looks like a bookie joint. How do you know what a bookie joint looks like? I watch TV.
How the tickets coming along?
Great. Here, let me show you one. What do you think of it?
Win Richard Harrison. That's a catchy heading. A fab dinner at the Fab Starlight Room, followed by orchestra seats to the Fab hit The Girl from Paris.
Well,
Fab.
thanks, Bob.
How many of these are you printing?
100. I'm buying 10 of them myself.
That's very charitable of you.
Not only that, it gives me 10% chance of winning. See, I don't want Richard taking anybody else out. And this way, if I win, it'll work out great. The church will get its $50, and Rich and I'll get a dinner at the Starlight Room and orchestra seats to the girl from Paris.
Good luck.
Thanks, Papa. See ya.
See ya.
I just sold 10 more tickets. How did you make out, Kat? I sold another 5. Great, that means we only have 60 tickets left to sell.
Hello, Patty. Kathy.
Hi, Gloria.
I understand you're selling raffle tickets for Richard.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy some.
Oh, gee, that's a shame. We're all sold out. Oh, but we have a class to make. You're absolutely right, Kathy. She's always worried about being late for class. Well, better luck next time. Bye. Patty, how could you do that? We still have 60 tickets to sell. Not to her, we don't. I don't trust her with Richard. This is for charity, remember? Yeah, and charity begins at home. I'll buy the tickets myself. How many have you bought already? This'll make 11. I have an 11% chance of winning a date with my own boyfriend. Let's go. Hi! How many tickets would you like to buy to a charity raffle? Only 50 cents to win an evening with Richard Harrison at the Starlight Room and to see the new Broadway smash hit, A Girl from Paris.
I heard about this. I'll take 2.
Thank you, Mary. Here you go. Good luck.
I'll take one.
Oh, try another one.
I'll buy one.
Just a second. Sorry, all sold out. Bye.
Hi, Patty. Where you been?
Selling pieces of you. I sold 5 more tickets.
Boy, I'm selling like hotcakes.
What do you have, Patty?
The usual.
1 double coconut thrill, extra chocolate syrup, heavy on the sprinkles.
Right. Sammy, would you do me a favor?
What can I do for you?
Sell these for me?
What are they?
Tickets to a charity raffle.
Yeah, I'm the prize.
Does everyone know that?
Look, all you have to do is put them on the counter and collect the money. They practically sell themselves. What do you say?
Have I got a choice?
Thanks a million, Sammy. You've just made a great contribution to the American way of life.
How's your ticket sale coming along?
It's a smash. We only have 6 more tickets to sell.
Oh, that's too bad.
Too bad.
Yes, I mentioned your charity raffle at my bridge club this afternoon, and I can sell about 25 tickets for you.
The woman at your bridge club want to buy tickets?
That's right.
That's a great idea, Mama. Sell as many as you can.
All right.
Oh, Patty, you don't have 25 tickets to sell. I'll print up some more tonight.
Could you print up some extra ones?
What for?
I have a scout meeting tonight. I think they'll buy some. Some of those kids will bet on anything.
How many do you think you could sell?
I'll try 25.
Great! It's a toss-up whether Richard's going on a date with me, Mama's bridge club, or the Boy Scouts.
Will 50 be enough?
Well, maybe you better print an extra 10, just for luck.
Okay. Who did you say is buying those extra tickets, Patty?
Oh, just a group of girls around town.
Yeah? That's great. You know, this is one of your better ideas.
I'm glad you like it.
You know, it's kind of exciting, not knowing who's going to win me.
Oh, here they are.
I have a pretty good idea.
Going to play?
Yeah.
So am I. But not tennis.
What are those?
Oh, 20 tickets to your raffle.
20. Where did you get 20 tickets?
Oh, Sam was selling them at the Shake Shop. Now I have almost twice as many as you. Oh, I know you're not very good at mathematics, darling, but that gives me a 2-to-1 edge. Good luck.
Patty, did Gloria tell you she bought 20 tickets? I'm not much of a mathematician, but that's a 2-to-1 edge. I can't let her win. What are you going to do about it? There's only one thing left I can do. Buy 12 more tickets. Where are you going to get the money? It's a good question. Maybe I could raffle myself off. Would you believe it? We've sold a grand total of 204 tickets.
205.
I just sold my last ticket. Great. Who did you sell it to?
I'd rather not say. It's too silly.
Oh, come on. Who was it?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
5, 10, 11, 12, 12.50.
What's that?
I sold my 25 tickets.
I tell you, there's nothing like the good old Boy Scouts. I hope one of those cute little kids wins. Can you imagine Richard walking down the aisle of the theater with a Boy Scout on his arm?
I didn't sell them to the Boy Scouts.
You didn't?
No, our patrol leader has an older sister who's a model, and these models do charity work, so they bought the whole block for me.
You sold those 25 tickets to models?
Yeah.
You dirty little double-crosser! How could you do that to your own sister?
What difference does it make who buys them? It all goes to charity.
What difference does it make who buys them? You just ruined my whole life!
Try to do a favor for a friend.
Grateful monster. Patty Ross was only trying to help you. Who's talking about Ross? I'm talking about Richard. How dare he let himself be auctioned off like cattle?
Patty, it was your idea.
You talked him into it. Kathy, don't defend him. He should have talked me out of it. The uncertainty I can't stand. He's going to dinner in the theater, and I don't know if he's going with Gloria, a beautiful model, one of my mother's bridge partners, or a Boy Scout.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, yes, there is. I'm going to call off the raffle.
You can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. Look, this is the sick little brain that thought up that stupid plan, and it can just think up something else. Something that doesn't involve sending my boyfriend on a date with a beautiful model. The raffle is off.
Hello, Patty. I'm so glad I caught you at home.
Won't you come in?
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Mrs. Pollock.
I've just come from our church committee meeting. We discussed the raffle.
And you decided not to hold it. Oh, that's wonderful, Mrs. Pollock. It was a terrible idea in the first place.
Hold it. Why, the committee wanted me to drop by and tell you how grateful they were to you. You've raised more money than everyone else put together.
I have?
As a matter of fact, we voted to hold another raffle next year.
Oh, good. Maybe you can raffle off my brain. Here, I have some more money for you.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Okay.
Well, I really must be going.
Okay.
Goodbye, Kathy.
Goodbye, Mrs. Pollock.
Goodbye, Patty, and thank you again.
Oh,
I'll see you Sunday at the bazaar.
Yeah, I'll be there. Thank you. You're a natural-born fundraiser. I'm a natural-born idiot. Patty, why don't you take your chances? Kathy, I don't mind gambling, but not with loaded dice. One way or another, I've got to get every single one of those tickets back. Maggie? Hi, Patty. You remember that raffle ticket I sold you? Yeah? Well, I'd like to have it back. You mean you want to buy it back? No, not exactly. I thought maybe we could do a little bartering. You know how you're always asking me to do your hair? Oh, you mean you will? Sure. Great. Good. When? Tonight. Thank you. George, you have one ticket, right?
I do my own hair.
Oh. Yeah, but how would you like me to cut your lawn? I'll be at your house Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you. Goodbye. Adeline, I'm here to take back the raffle tickets I sold you.
I don't want to give mine back. I think I'm going to win.
Adeline, you know how you're always asking me to give you tennis lessons?
Yes.
How about Sunday at 3 o'clock?
It's a deal.
Okay. Alice, I know you hate grocery shopping, right?
Right.
Well, big-hearted Patty's going to take over for you.
I have 2 tickets, and they're both yours.
Thank you. I'll put you down for the next 2 Fridays. Mary, you hate dishwashing, don't you?
Boy, you said it.
Okay, next Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be at your house washing the dishes.
Sold.
Thank you.
So where'd Patty go?
She has some errands to do after dinner, Uncle Martin.
It's wonderful how much she's helped with the church bazaar, isn't it?
She may turn out to have a business head on her shoulders.
Hello, darling.
Exhausting evening?
Yeah, but very satisfying. I got back all the tickets.
You got all of them back?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find the models?
Their names and addresses were on the stubs. Boy, you should have seen some of them. I wouldn't have had a chance.
Patty, do you mean you bought back all those raffle tickets you sold?
Not bought them back, Papa. I kind of traded them.
Traded them? For what?
For me. I'm going to be doing slave labor for the next 6 months.
I hope Richard appreciates you.
I think he should know about this. Oh, no, he shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, we all know what an egomaniac Richard is. He might think I was jealous. And we all know I'm not.
You and Patty going to play tennis?
Yes, she's quite good on that, Lee. I've learned a lot from her.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm ready, Patty. Oh, good. Have a good game. I'll be at the park giving Adeline a lesson. I thought we were going to play. Oh, gee, I'm sorry, Kath. This is business. You don't think I'm doing it for fun, do you? Teaching Adeline how to play tennis is like pushing a truck up the Rocky Mountains in the middle of a snowstorm. See ya. All set for an evening of dishwashing.
Oh, good.
Oh, not here, Mama. I wish it were. See ya. Hi, Papa. Papa, I've been meaning...
What are you all dressed up for?
Oh, car wash.
Really?
Yeah,
Gee, I'm glad to hear that.
thanks. Papa, do you wash a car out of the sun?
Yeah, that's right. I'll move it into the shade for you.
Oh, don't bother. It's Gina Tugwell's car. Let her move it into the shade. See ya. Patty, look at you. What happened? I've been babysitting with a Martian. Oh, well. At least that's one more that can be checked off. Just think, only 6 more weeks and I'll be through. Patty, is Richard really worth all this? Of course he is, Kathy. Don't you see? I can't let him go to the theater and dinner with a gorgeous model. He might find out he can do without me. If he tries to do without you, he's crazy. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Look at all those tickets. Somewhere in there is a glorious evening with Richard. Did you manage to get all the tickets back? All except 2. And what's 2 against this pile? I better get dressed. Do you have a date with Richard tonight? Richard? Who has time for Richard? I'm doing Maggie's hair tonight.
Hey, shouldn't Patty be back by now?
Well, this was one of her busier nights. She had appointments to do 2 hairdos, a shampoo, and walk Angela's dog.
I've heard of moonlighting, but that's ridiculous.
Well, Patty gets herself into these spots, Ross, but she usually manages to get herself out of them.
Boy, she sure is going through a lot of trouble for a guy she sees every day anyhow.
You may not understand it now, darling, but one day you'll go to a lot of trouble for someone you care about.
Well, I can understand that. Yesterday I caught a snake for Johnny Rogers.
Ross, it's not the same thing.
Oh, you mean the boy-girl stuff?
That's right.
Well, I've thought about it. But to tell you the truth, I just can't understand what all the big fuss is about.
Hello, Richard. Hi, Mr. Lane. Hi, Mrs. Lane.
Hello, Richard.
Ross?
Hi.
Would you like a
Sure.
sandwich?
Just some cake and milk, thanks. I just finished dinner a few minutes ago. Where's Patty?
Oh, she had to go out and do some errands.
Sure have a bright daughter. That was a brilliant idea of hers to raffle me off. It was like stumbling on a gold mine.
I never thought of it in those terms, Richard.
Bet you I'm the only man in history who's been raffled off.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm keeping a chart at the house of all the tickets sold. The graph went right off the paper. Even I didn't expect such a run on me.
We never know what'll sell, do we, Richard?
Sure is a funny feeling, not knowing who's gonna win you.
Today's a big day, isn't it?
You mean the church bazaar? Yes.
So isn't Patty coming down to breakfast?
I think she's too nervous to eat.
I'd be nervous, too, if I thought I was going to win Richard in a raffle.
So what makes her so sure she's going to win him?
This is what makes me so sure. I need your help, though. When they call up the winning number, it's going to take me a month to find it in here.
What would you like us to do, darling?
I thought if each one of us took a batch of tickets, we'd find it much faster. What do you say?
I don't see why not.
It's all right with me.
Count me in.
Me, too.
This is going to be one of the big red letter days of my life.
Hi, Patty. They're ready to start. I thought you weren't coming.
Not come. I had to pick up my prize, didn't I?
Maybe.
That's pitiful.
Well, we may as well start the drawing.
Could you wait 1 second, Mrs. Pollock?
Oh. Are you ready?
Ready, dear.
Ross?
Blast off.
Kathy? Ready? Papa?
Ready?
Okay, we're all ready.
The winner is number 263.
I must have it right here. Just a minute. Mama, I don't have it.
It isn't here.
Ross?
Nope.
Kathy? No, Patty, I don't have it. Oh, then Papa has it.
I'm afraid I don't have it, Patty.
Well, one of you has to have it. I bought up all the tickets except 2.
Gloria, do you have number 263?
264.
Wait a minute. 263. I won myself.
How could you win? I didn't sell you a ticket. I sold it to him.
Congratulations, Richard. There's a reservation for 2 at the Starlight Room, and here are your theater tickets.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Richard.
That's wonderful.
You know something? I could have saved myself a lot of work. You didn't want to gamble on that, remember? Yeah, but it worked out all right. Richard and I are going to have a beautiful evening.
We sure are. I can't wait for the 16th.
The 16th?
Yeah, that's the night we're painting the town.
I'm afraid you're going to have to paint it alone, Richard.
What are you talking about?
I can't go with you on the 16th. Why not? Because thanks to you, I have 3 hairdos. I'm serving a dinner party for 8, baking a cake, babysitting, cleaning out a basement, fixing some drapes.
Good evening, Richard.
Evening, Mr. Lane. Is Kathy ready?
Seems strange to have you asking for Kathy.
I know. I can't get used to it either. I keep thinking Patty's gonna kill me.
Come in, Richard.
Thanks. Hi, everybody.
Good evening, Richard.
Hi.
You look very nice.
So do you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom, for letting me borrow these pots and pans. Alice would never have had enough to cook for 20 people.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Rich. Gee, you look great.
Thanks.
Is that a new suit?
Yep.
Beautiful. Well, you two make a lovely-looking couple. Have a ball. I'm very sorry, Patty. I had no idea it would turn out like this. That's okay. It's my own fault. I outsmarted myself again.
I brought you something.
For me? Thank you, Richard.
It's okay.
Well, you two better be running along. You'll be late.
Bye.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, Patty, that's really very sporting of you.
Oh, that's okay. It's the least I can do for charity. And this way we can keep him in the family.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a
Come in. Run down a fast biography on him, Roger, will you? And then get me as much information as you can for the next edition. Roger, just hold on a minute, Roger. Hello, Jim. Gee, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Listen, the old man has decided to kill that story. Yeah, well, I don't know why either. Why don't you take it up with him, okay? All right, fine. Roger, now look, I'm sorry, but my secretary is ill and the phones are driving me crazy, so just get it done as fast as you can, okay? Yeah, all right, we'll talk about it later. Right, bye-bye.
Hi, Papa. You need another head.
I need a secretary. What can I do for you, honey?
I've come on a serious financial matter.
Patty, I'm not a bottomless well.
I know, Papa, but it's just in advance until next week. There's this fantastic sale on matching sweaters, and they're only $5, and if I don't get down there right away, they'll be all gone.
Patty, how's your shorthand?
My what?
Well, you studied typing and shorthand in school, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, how'd you like to come down here and help me out? Miss Wilson is off for the rest of the week. I thought maybe you could drop down every day after school and handle the phones and take a few letters.
Papa, that's the greatest idea I've ever heard. I'd love to work for you. Being right here in the middle of all the excitement of running a big newspaper. Earning my own way instead of borrowing on my allowance.
That's wonderful. Okay, we can start right now on these letters, all right?
Except I can't. You see, the reason I'm picking up the sweaters is that I have a bowling date with Richard, and he's waiting for me, and I know if there's anything you hate, it's a daughter who's not punctual. So I'm afraid I'll have to pass up this opportunity.
Yeah, I see. Here.
Thanks a million, Papa. I'll pay you back next Saturday.
Hello?
Buddy!
I'm George Reynolds, remember?
Of course. The last time I saw you was in Chicago, wasn't it?
Right.
What are you doing here?
I have to report to Mr. Lane about a job.
Hey, that's great. Give your uncle my regards, will you?
I'll certainly do that.
Right, Bert, I'll leave it up to you to set it up. Goodbye.
I'm, ready to take a letter.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
they walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Certainly was, but... Oh, I'm sorry. I should never have gotten in your way like that. I wasn't looking where I was going.
Here you are.
Thank you very much. Oh, thanks a million.
Martin should be right back. You're gonna like him, George.
I'm sure I will, Uncle William.
He's been pushing himself a little too hard lately. I've been trying to get him to slow down. But I can't. You'll be taking some of the burden off his shoulders for a few weeks.
I'll try.
I'd like to try to get him to go down to one of the islands in the Caribbean and relax in the sun, but he refuses.
How are you going to go about it?
The only way to blast him loose in this office is to trick him. It'll be a lot easier with you here. Oh, Martin. I want you to meet my nephew, George Reynolds.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Lane.
Thank you.
George is going to be your new executive assistant.
Bill, I don't need an executive assistant. Unless you think I'm not capable of handling the job myself.
Don't be ridiculous, Martin. It's just that we need someone here in case you're away.
Well, I'm not planning to be away.
We never know, do we? I'm sure you two will get on splendidly. Let me know if he gives you any trouble.
I will, Uncle William. I'm sorry to have been sprung on you like this, Mr. Lane, but I hope to be able to accomplish a lot here.
Aren't you a little young? Besides, being the publisher's nephew doesn't necessarily qualify you as a newspaper man.
I know that. I majored in journalism at Northwestern, edited a farm journal for 1 year, worked for Associated Press for 1 summer, and spent some time on the editorial desk of the Chicago Bulletin.
Oh.
Darling, you haven't touched your dinner.
I'm not hungry.
I am. Boy, putting in a hard day's work really gives me an appetite. You know, I should have gone to work for you a long time ago, Papa.
The paper might not still be in business.
A little honest work wouldn't hurt you either, brother dear.
Patty, how long are you going to work at the newspaper?
My secretary comes back on Monday.
Oh, that's no reason for me to quit. I'd like to work there as long as you're there.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Boy, I hate it when they get dramatic. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go upstairs and see if I need a shave.
Patty, what do you do at the newspaper?
Oh, a little bit of everything. You know how it is. No, I don't know how it is.
I've never seen you this enthusiastic about working before.
That's the word for it, all right. I can't wait to get down there every day.
Who is it?
Who's who?
I think I'll go down there tomorrow and see if I can help Uncle Martin.
Oh, you wouldn't like it down there, Kathy. It's noisy. Rush, rush, rush. All right, then don't tell me. To tell you the truth, Kathy, I've been dying to tell you. He's the most sensational thing I've ever laid eyes on.
He's everybody rolled up in one.
Wait till you meet him. When will that be?
Well, not yet. First, I want him to get to know the real me.
Oh, girls, please. Would you do me
Yeah, we know. I'll wash you dry.
I brought you coffee, dear.
Thanks.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just checking through our balance sheet. See how much money we have saved. Never as much as it should be, is it?
Martin, what's wrong?
Natalie, Smathers is trying to ease me out of the Chronicle.
You're joking.
They were in my office this morning discussing the best way to get rid of me.
I don't believe it.
Well, neither could I, but I heard them myself. Let's face it, Natalie, I'm getting on. They probably want a younger man in there.
Darling, you are the youngest man I know.
Smathers knows somebody younger, his nephew.
Oh, they can't just throw you out after all these years.
Oh, they aren't going to throw me out. They're going to trick me. Probably got some plan worked out where I lose my pension, too.
I think you should talk to Smathers right now, face to face.
Which one of his faces should I talk to?
Oh, you don't even have anything definite to go on except a conversation.
Natalie, Smathers' nephew is already working there as my executive assistant. Boy, I just can't figure out what went wrong. Circulation is up, the paper's doing well.
You could always take that job they offered you in Indianapolis.
I already got him someone for that job.
Oh. When do you think this is going to happen?
Oh, well, the way they're moving down there, I wouldn't be surprised if George was the editor of the Chronicle within a week. But listen, we better not say anything to the kids yet. There's no point in getting them upset until it actually happens.
All right.
Hello. Taking a coffee break?
I think I better have a milk break. I've really been drinking far too much coffee. I have to cut down.
1 milk.
Thank you.
Would you like anything else?
Yeah, just this. And maybe this. And this. Thanks a lot.
Say, aren't you Martin Lane's daughter?
Yes. But I want you to think of me as just another girl. I mean, I don't believe in cashing in on the fact that my father is the managing editor of this whole newspaper.
Ooh, I think that's very admirable of you.
Oh, do you?
You know, your father's a very difficult man to get to know, isn't he?
Papa? He's the doll of the Western world.
Every time I try and see him, he's always busy.
Well, I can fix that. You're the lion in his den.
What?
Catch him in his natural habitat.
How do you do that?
By accepting the invitation I'm about to extend to you to have dinner at our house tonight.
I would love to. But are you sure your father would approve?
Oh, approve? Papa is the most sociable man in the whole world.
All right. Thank you. I'd be delighted to have dinner tonight. Besides, it'll give your father and me a chance to talk.
Yeah. We can all get to know each other a little better.
And if we cut down on concerts in the theater, we could save another $15 to $20 a month.
And I could cancel that new dress I ordered. I don't really need it. I'll do my blue one over. Was anything more said today?
Oh, a few subtle hints. Didn't I think I was working too hard and I'm looking a little pale?
What's the nephew like?
I don't know. I managed to avoid him. He keeps trying to talk to me, but I keep ducking him.
Good for you. How dare he?
Yeah.
Hi, Gru.
Hello, darling.
Oh, we're having a guest for dinner tonight, okay?
Of course.
Oh, thanks.
Richard?
No, this is somebody new. You'll like him, Papa. You've got a lot in common with him. He's in the newspaper game, too.
Is he?
Yeah. He thinks a lot of you. He's always asking me all kinds of questions about you.
Well, that's very flattering. Nice to know someone's interested in me.
I'm anxious for you to get to know him. As a matter of fact, he works right... There he is, right on the dot. I always say that's the sign of a good newspaper man.
I wish Patty weren't so impulsive. I don't feel like company tonight.
Oh, darling, maybe it's exactly what you need. And if he's in the newspaper business, you two will have a lot in common.
Good evening.
Yes, it sure is.
I hope I'm not too early.
Oh, no, you're right on time. The family can't wait to meet you. Come on in. Folks, say hello to George Reynolds. Hi.
Hello, dear.
Would you mind letting me in on a secret? I've never been so humiliated in my life. You acted like you had leprosy or something.
Well, I'm sorry, honey. It wasn't your fault. You didn't know what was going on.
I still don't. Won't somebody please tell me what I did wrong?
No.
Honey, George Reynolds is being primed to take your father's job away from him.
I don't believe it.
Well, I'm afraid it's true. It's bad enough that I have to see him down at the office without having him here as a dinner guest.
Oh, Papa, I'm sorry. I didn't know. He didn't seem like that kind of a person.
Well, who knows? Maybe he's being forced into it. Anyway, I'm sorry I ruined your evening. I shouldn't have burdened you with my problems.
You're practically out of a job and you're worried about ruining my evening.
Well...
Don't you worry, Papa. You're the best newspaper man in the business.
Exactly what I told him.
You know, I can go out and get a job and help out.
Now, wait a minute. We're not ready to go on relief yet.
Boy, wait till I get that George Reynolds. Am I going to fix him?
You'll do nothing of the sort. I don't want you to discuss this with him, okay?
If I cut out 2 sodas a week, that's 50 cents. That's $2 a month, $24 a year. And by the end of 10 years, I'll have $240. I'm going to get a job at night. And when Kathy finds out what's going on, she'll help out, too.
Sure is rotten of Mr. Smathers to give his nephew your father's job.
Well, George sure had me fooled. He seems so nice.
If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Like giving him a sock in the mouth.
Thanks, Richard. We'll be okay. We may have to move into some tenement or something. Maybe a cold water flat where you walk up 5 or 6 flights. But we'll be all right. The exercise will be good for us.
2 more sodas, please.
better keep up your strength, Patty.
Martin, I wonder how Henry Ritter is.
Henry Ritter? What made you think of him?
Oh, I don't know. He still owns the Oklahoma City Post, doesn't he?
Yeah?
And he offered you a job as managing editor.
Natalie, that was a year ago.
He seemed very eager to have you.
Well, even if there were an opening for me, do you want to live in Oklahoma City?
I want to live wherever you're appreciated. Why don't you call him and ask him how he's feeling?
Now?
No.
All right. Operator, I'd like to place a call to Oklahoma City, please. Well, that's very flattering, Henry. How soon could I start to work?
Tonight?
Well, how about Monday? Fine. Thank you, Henry. I'm looking forward to it, too. That's just wonderful. Goodbye now. Well, you're looking at the new editor of the Oklahoma City Post.
That's wonderful, darling.
You sure you don't mind moving?
Of course not. When are you going to break the news to Mr. Smathers?
Just as soon as I sign those contracts.
He's in for a big surprise.
Elizabeth, would you tell Mr. Smathers I'd like to see him, please?
I'll see if he's in, Mr. Lane.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anything wrong?
Don't be silly. What could be wrong?
I don't know, but I sure got frostbitten at dinner last night.
Well, what did you expect? You sneak in here and try to steal my father's job away from him, and then you use me to get a dinner invitation.
Take your father's job away from him. What are you talking about?
As if you didn't know.
I'm here to do your father a favor.
Some favor.
Patty, I postponed taking a job in Paris because my uncle asked me to help out here for a couple of weeks so that your father could have a rest.
A rest?
That's right. My uncle wants him to take a vacation. But your father refuses to take any time off.
Do you mind kicking me?
It looks as if I already have. I'm sorry you misunderstood. No one could fill your father's shoes, Patty. My Uncle William keeps telling me how lucky he is to have him as his managing editor.
I don't have to walk up 6 flights.
What?
Oh, nothing. I owe you a king-sized apology. I guess we all do.
I think we better straighten this out.
Oh, I'll go talk to my father. I can't tell you how happy this is going to make him. Thank you. Papa, I've got the greatest news for you. I just talked to George.
Now, Patty, we don't have to worry about George anymore.
I know. Papa, George isn't here to take your job away from you. He's here because Mr. Smathers says you're the best managing editor in the business and he wants you to take a vacation. That's why he sent for George, so you could have time off to rest.
He said that?
Uh-huh. George doesn't want your job. He's waiting to take a job in Paris. Something wrong, Papa?
Hello, Patty.
Hello, Mr. Smathers. Well, I guess you two have a lot to talk about. Excuse me.
You want to see me, Martin?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. That is, sit down, won't you?
What is it, Martin?
Well, there's something that I have to tell you.
Yes, Martin.
Well, you see, I'm afraid that I actually misunderstood completely what George was doing here at the paper. I thought that he was going to take over my job.
After...
Martin,
should know better than that.
Yeah, well, you haven't heard the half of it yet. You see, what I've gone and done is I've signed a contract to become the editor of the Oklahoma City Post.
You're joking.
Oh, I wish I were. But don't worry, because I'll get out of it. I mean, I'm sure there's not going to be any problem about it.
Well, there had better not be, Martin. Because I'm holding you to your contract right here.
That's only fair. Honey, would you try to get me Oklahoma City, please?
He signed a contract without giving me any notice.
But that was because he thought he was being pushed out of here.
Oh, he should know better than that.
I'm sure he'll have no trouble getting out of his other contract.
You're wrong, George. He's going to have a lot of trouble.
What do you mean?
Martin needs a lesson. Get me Henry Ritter at the Oklahoma City Post.
Hello, darling.
Oh, Nat.
Is anything wrong?
What could be wrong? You're married to one of the most successful newspaper men in the business. How many other men do you know who are managing editors of two newspapers which are 2,000 miles apart?
Didn't you quit your job on the New York Chronicle?
Oh, Smathers has no intention of letting me quit that job, and neither does Ritter out in Oklahoma City. I talked to him for an hour today on the telephone.
Martin, what are you going to do?
I'm going to fly to Oklahoma City tonight.
What about Smathers?
Oh, he says it's all right, so long as I'm back here tomorrow morning.
What's going to happen?
I'm not sure, Nat, but I have a feeling that from now on I'm going to spend a lot of time in the air.
Hi, folks. I brought a dinner guest home. What if your plan doesn't work?
It has to.
I hope you're right. You know, this past week, Martin has spent more time in the air than he has on the ground.
He's flown to Oklahoma City 7 times this week. That must be some kind of record.
What time does this plane leave?
In about an hour.
Without him, I hope.
That must be him.
Well, would you let him in, please, Patty?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, Mr. Smathers.
Hello, Patty.
Won't you come into the living room?
Thank you. Hello, Natalie.
Well, hello, Mr. Smathers.
Where's, Martin?
Oh, he's upstairs getting dressed for Oklahoma City.
You said you wanted to see me.
Yes, I do. I have a present for you.
Hmm? It's, a white flag.
Mr. Smathers, the lame surrender.
I, don't understand.
Oh, I think you do. See, George tells us that you went to school with Henry Ritter.
Oh, does he?
Yes, and that you're very old friends.
That's right, isn't it, Uncle William?
Oh, I talk to Ritter every once and again.
Yes, and I wish you'd talk to him again.
I bet Henry that Martin could handle both jobs for a month. Oh, well. Is he ready for that vacation?
He certainly is, and so am I. There's a plane leaving for Florida in an hour.
I'll drive into the airport.
Natalie, I'm all set. Hello there.
Hello, Martin.
George? Well, looks like everybody's here.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of a welcoming committee.
What?
We're all here to see you off, Uncle Martin.
But it's only another trip to Oklahoma City.
That's right, dear, only this time we're going to take along plenty of suntan oil.
What?
Let's go.
I'll never forget you for this.
My pleasure.
Come on.
You know, sometimes I don't understand my family.
You don't have to understand us, Martin. Just love us.
Yeah, but what do we need with suntan oil in Oklahoma City?
Explain to you.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two.
Peas and pizza, there's mushrooms and anchovies and pepper.
Never mind. Pizza. Move.
Okay, okay. See, this over here, this in here.
Will you
and
move?
This over here. Okay. There.
What's that?
Just what it says. Crunch.
Hey, wait a minute. That's crunch spelled with a C.
What makes you such a big expert? Patty, how are we going to get Ross's presents into the closet with him sitting right there? I'll tell you what. I'll get him into a nice, friendly conversation. That'll distract him. No, it won't. That would only make him suspicious. You're right. Okay? I'll get him into a nice, friendly argument. Once I've got his attention, you make a beeline for the closet, okay? All right. Well. Playing Scrabble, fellas?
No, we're drilling for oil.
Really, well, that's very funny, Ross.
Will you put an egg in your shoe and beat it?
Oh, you're really a whip today. I
Hey,
can't
come on, give it a... Oh, now you've done it.
I'm sorry, Ross. Keep looking. I think you get them all. How many was there? 7? Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Okay, I think you've got them all now. I got it! D-O-G. Dog.
I'm tired of this game. Why don't we go outside and hack around?
Okay. Oh, wait a minute, fellas. How about a nice game of three-handed Scrabble?
Then you'll play with us?
Oh, sure, I'd love to.
Okay. Are you ready?
To play Scrabble with you? Put an egg in your shoe and beat it. You know, you're right. Your sister is a flip.
No, she's not. She didn't really want to play.
No?
Nah, she was just keeping us busy while Kathy hid my birthday presents.
How do you know?
I just know. It's kind of a gift I have.
Like mental telepathy?
No, like eavesdropping.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Come and get it.
Boy, my mother never gives me lunch in my room.
Not even when they want you out of the way so they can talk about you?
Is that what they're doing?
Of course. They're discussing my birthday.
Boy, you sure got grown-ups figured out, don't you, Ross?
Why not? I've been around them all my life. Eat.
But we always give Ross a surprise party on his birthday.
Mommy was younger then.
Can't argue with that kind of logic.
I mean, he's not a baby anymore. I think a surprise party would just embarrass him. Do you really think it would, Patty? Of course. We can't just give him one of those old boy parties anymore. And he doesn't know enough girls.
He's at that awkward in-between age. He's too old for marbles and too young for martinis.
Well, all right, I guess we'll skip the birthday party this year.
Good.
Right. Right now, they're downstairs planning a surprise party for me. I have one every year. It's kind of an old family tradition, you know?
Then I should go ahead and get you a present?
Well, that's up to you. But you look pretty silly coming to a birthday party without one.
But besides his presents, I think we should do something to celebrate Ross's birthday.
Well, what do you think he'd like?
I've got a great idea. I saw an ad in the paper. Excuse me, Papa. Here, the creature that swallowed the earth. It's perfect.
Perfect for what?
See the monsters, half vegetable, half human. See raw violence as horror stalks the streets. See the earth devoured alive, gulp by gulp. It's Ross. Yes, he's mad about monster pictures.
You mean take him to see that for his birthday?
Well, if you really think he'd enjoy that sort of thing.
You know, I think he'd love it.
Good. Now all we have to do is find somebody to take him.
Thank you for volunteering, Patty.
The best part is watching them try to keep it a secret every year.
I'll bet. Hey, Slick.
The things they do to get me out of the house till the party's ready. Like once, a long time ago when I was just a kid, they told Patty to take me to one of those merry-go-rounds in a truck and give me a few rides. Was that funny?
Yeah?
I wouldn't get off and go home. Then once, she took me to the movies, and when we get there, she says, "Oh, dear, I just realized I saw this picture." So we go home, and of course, there's a party. I'm dying to find out what they're gonna pull this year. Enter.
Ross, could I speak to you, dear?
In a minute.
You let her call you dear.
On my birthday, I have to make these allowances. As soon as that's over, she goes back to you little rat. Now, what can I do for you?
How would you like to see the creature that swallowed the earth?
Yeah.
Good.
What's the joke?
No, it's not a joke. It's a movie. I thought maybe you'd like to go with me tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. You know, for your birthday.
That's right. Tomorrow is my birthday, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you say? Is it a date?
Sure. And thanks, Patty.
It's my pleasure.
No, it's my pleasure.
Okay. Have a good time.
Did you hear that? She's doing the movie bit again.
Boy, you sure were right.
Let's make out a list of the guys who want to come to the party.
Oh, boy.
Joey.
And Al. Al's a good guy.
Yeah.
And Nicky.
No girls.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. Call you later. Oh, Martin. Margie has a problem. Her in-laws came in unexpectedly from Texas.
That is a problem.
Martin. And see, she was going to have the bridge club at her house tomorrow, but since we're not giving Ross a surprise birthday party, would you mind if I had them here?
The in-laws?
The bridge club.
No, of course not.
Oh, darling, thank you. That's really very thoughtful.
Yeah. Besides, it gives me a good excuse to get out of the house and play some golf.
Let's see now. I better call the bakery.
How will your folks know that's a list of people you want to come to the party?
There's a little hint, see?
A list of my most sociable friends. You're a master.
Please, no hero worshiping.
Is this Pfeiffer's Bakery? This is Mrs. Lane. I'd like to put in a special order for tomorrow, please. Would you send over a dozen chocolate whipped cream tarts, please? Fine, thank you.
We're in big trouble. Why? Well, she ordered 12 cakes and we've only got 6 guys on the list.
What are we gonna do?
Go back upstairs and invite 6 more guys.
Genius. Sheer genius.
We'll use a bigger glass next time. Ross! Come on, we'll be late for the movie.
Be right there. Did you hear that, Stanley? I better hurry or I'll be late for the movie. Yeah, I wish I hadn't found out. It makes it tough to play along with him. Well, I should be home in about 15 minutes, so you and the rest of the guys can come over anytime. Right. Bye.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to go with us, Kathy?
Oh, I'd love to, Patty. But a peculiar thing happens to me at horror movies.
What?
I get horrified.
Besides, I have a tennis date with Anne.
Thank you.
Patty, don't let Ross see the movie more than twice. I want him home in time for dinner.
Oh, don't worry, Mama. I'll have all I can do to sit through it once.
Oh, Martin, if you expect to make your escape, I suggest you do it now. because the whole gang will be here any moment.
Ross, what are you all dressed up for?
Well, don't you think I should be dressed for my own... Oops.
We're only going to the movies.
Sure, the movies.
Yeah, don't worry, Mom. I'll bring him home in time.
And Ross, I don't want you stuffing yourself with a lot of popcorn and junk. Do you understand?
You mean at the movies?
Yes.
Don't worry. There isn't much chance of my stuffing myself at the movies.
Ross, are you feeling all right?
Me? Great.
Have a good time at the movie, Ross.
At the movie? Sure, thanks. You bet.
Oh, I'll help you with that, Aunt Natalie.
Oh, would you, Kathy? Thank you.
Of course.
You sure you're all right?
Sure. Let's go, Patty.
Right. We don't want to miss the beginning of the movie.
Oh, certainly not. Ta-ta.
Keep an eye on him, will you, Patty?
Yeah. I don't know what's with him. Maybe his tie's too tight.
I think he's just excited because it's his birthday.
No, there's something wild going on. I get that terrible feeling we're living with a time bomb. It's just my imagination. Well, see ya.
Well, I better get going. I gotta meet Otto King at the country club.
Well, maybe it's silly, but I feel guilty.
Why?
Because it's Ross's birthday. You're going golfing. I'm having a bridge party. Kathy's playing tennis.
Natalie, Ross is doing what he likes to do. He's watching a half-vegetable monster devour the earth.
I do hope we're not making a mistake by not having a party for him.
So do I.
Now, believe me, I'm his father. And the last thing in the world he's thinking of is a surprise birthday party.
Oh, the girls are here.
The thundering herd. I'll go out the back way.
Well, as long as you're here, the least you can do is say hello.
The least I can do is say goodbye.
Look, girls, the first husband we've caught this year.
Well, not quite. I was just on my way out. 4.
Hi, dear. Bye. Come on in. Oh, lovely head. I like it. Oh, hi, Stanley. Gee, Ross isn't here.
You said half an hour. Am I too early?
Too early for what?
For Ross's big surprise party. So Ross didn't want to let on, but he knew about the surprise party all the time.
He knew about the...
Patty was right, a time bomb is going off. He even heard you ordering the cakes. And when he heard you order a dozen, he called up and invited more guests.
Oh, no.
Am I the first one?
Oh, yes. And are there going to be many more?
I'll say, everybody's coming. As Patty would say, oh boy. There's nothing wrong, is there?
Wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. Everything is just fine.
Good. Gee, Mrs. Lane, I can't tell you how much Ross is looking forward to this party.
Oh, good, that's fine. Stanley, now you just wait out on the patio until the other boys get here, and here's some cookies to tide you over. Kathy, you're right.
About what?
About, oh, boy. Well, I don't think we have much choice. Since most of the guests seem to be on their way, there's nothing else for us to do but find the host. We're having a birthday party.
All right, I'll call the theater and see if I can get in touch with Patty.
Oh, would you, Kathy? And I'll go to the market and get some hot dogs and lemonades and party favors and prizes. Oh, and if the boys come before I get back, maybe they can learn to play bridge.
Hello, information. May I please have the telephone number in Brooklyn Heights?
Creature that swallowed the earth. Looks like a great picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wish I could see it sometime.
What?
I mean, I can't wait.
Hey, hiya, Ross. You going to the movie?
Well, sort of.
What do you mean you go to the movie, sort of? You're either going or you're not.
Ross, wait there.
I'm not. They give me a surprise party today.
Oh, I get it. The old decoy trick. To get you out of the house while they're getting everything ready.
Yeah, they're real amateurs. It's kind of pitiful.
Yeah, my folks, too. Say, so you're having a surprise party, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, many happy returns, and hope you have a good time at your party. Have to tell me about it sometime. Hey, wait a minute, Joey. Weren't you invited?
Well, it's okay. I mean, it's your party. You can invite whoever you want.
Your name was on the list. My folks must have called you. Were you out this morning?
Just fooling around in the garage for a while.
Well, there you are.
You mean I'm invited?
Yeah.
Gee, thanks.
Hey, is Keith going? Yeah, looks funny. I just saw him. He didn't say anything about it. My folks must have missed him, too. I tell you, they just aren't well organized. Get a hold of Keith, Larry, Al, Harvey, and Pete. Make sure they're all there. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Shh, my sister's coming. Yeah, well, okay, Ross, old buddy. Enjoy the movie.
Well, I got the tickets. Let's go.
You bought tickets? What for?
It's a little ceremony they make you go through before they let you in.
Well, you mean you're going in, even though you saw the picture before?
Who says I saw it?
Well, weren't you going to say that?
No.
Well, then how? I mean, where? Huh?
What?
Nothing.
You know, they ought to write a science fiction picture about you. Come on. The monster already devoured half of New Jersey. Yes, I know the movie is in progress. But couldn't you send someone to look for them, please? The boy is about 4 feet 10 inches, with blonde hair and blue-gray eyes, and he wears glasses, brown frame glasses. And Patty is very easy to recognize. She looks a lot like me. I'm sorry, I mean... Yes, I know your theater must be very crowded, but this is important. Oh, no, it's not exactly an emergency. It's more of a crisis. Hello? 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 Oh. Excuse me.
Is Ross here yet?
No, not yet.
Where do we hide?
Follow me. Right this way, boy. Excuse me.
Careful now. Cool, I tell you. Yes.
Careful.
Well.
Here, there's Stanley.
Hi, guys. You're late.
Hi, Stan. Where's the birthday boy?
Oh, he'll be along any minute.
Where do we hide?
You wouldn't like to play bridge, would you?
Bridge?
Never mind. Why don't you all make yourself comfortable, and I'll get some of Ross's games for you to play with.
Well, can't we have anything to eat or drink?
I'm afraid the refreshments haven't arrived yet.
Oh, boy.
Just sit down, all right? Excuse me.
Boy, I've been to some pretty corny birthday parties in my time, but this one is pathetic.
I don't know how it happened. All I know is this half-vegetable monster was about to eat the Pentagon building, and I reached over to grab my brother's hand, and he was gone. He just disappeared.
Now, please take it easy, miss. I'm sure he's in the theater somewhere.
I looked everywhere.
Well, now let's try it again. What does he look like?
He's about this tall with blonde, shaggy hair and blue-gray eyes
And brown frame glasses.
Yeah, how did you know that?
He's standing right behind you.
Oh. Sorry.
That's quite all right.
Thank you.
Hello? Is this Pfeiffer's Bakery? This is Mrs. Lane's son. You know those chocolate whipped cream tarts you're delivering? Well, we'd like a dozen more. We're having more guests than we thought. Yeah.
Hi.
I think you have the wrong number. Goodbye.
What are you doing in there? You know I was a nervous wreck.
I was making a phone call.
In the middle of a monster picture? You really are growing up.
Well, we better be going.
Yeah. Oh,
The street is this way.
the theater is this way. Don't you want to see the end of the picture?
Patty, we can't.
Why not?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know.
Because of the... Oh, cut it out.
Ross, maybe you better tell me what you're talking about.
Look at the time. We have to get home.
Home for what?
Oh, boy. Patty, I can't keep it up any longer. I know about it. I've known about it since yesterday.
Good. Now, do you want to tell me about it, or is it just for the ears of the FBI?
Oh, come on. I'm talking about my surprise party.
Your
surprise party that you're keeping me away from the house for.
Oh. Oh, Ross, I don't know how you got that idea, but there's no surprise party.
Gee, Patty, would you make a great spy? No matter how much they tortured you, you wouldn't break down, would you? Come on, we'll be late for the party.
Oh, boy. And would you send over another dozen chocolate whipped cream tarts, please? Oh, yes, I know you did, but we've had a few unexpected developments. I have a group here who can eat them faster than you can bake them. Thank you.
Aunt Natalie, do you think these are enough sandwiches?
No, but it's all we have. Well, I'll take the coffee and cake into the bridge game. How is the group in the patio doing?
Well, I don't know how much longer I can keep them under control. They want Ross.
So do I. Maybe we should just have sent them to the movie.
That's not a bad idea.
This is the last time I will ever surprise Ross by not giving him a surprise party.
Shall we press on?
Courage. Forgive me.
Oh, stay away, partner. We're winning.
That looks delicious. Shall we take a break?
Let's do it. Doesn't that look good? Oh, yes.
I'm home, honey.
He's coming, Aunt Natalie.
Who's coming?
Ross, he and Patch are coming down the street.
Big deal. What's going on around here?
I'll tell you later, dear. Quick, everybody, out of sight. Let's hide. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Come on, let's hide, too. Let's hide.
Right now, they're all in there hiding.
Ross, look. You're a year older now. Can't you get it into your head? There's no birthday party.
Sure.
Look. You know what's going on in there now? Mama's bridge club.
Of course.
Okay, I give up. I guess you'll just have to learn to face life.
Thanks for everything, sis. This is gonna be the best surprise party I've ever had.
Wait. I can't let you go in there.
You mean they aren't ready yet?
Ross, I don't want you to be hurt. I'm the one who said you shouldn't have a party. I was doing it for your own good. Or at least I thought I was doing it for your own good.
There is no party. That house isn't full of my buddies waiting for me.
No. I'm sorry.
If they are inside waiting to shower me with presents, what'll you give me?
What do you mean?
Will you be my slave for a month?
Yeah, sure. But Ross...
That's all I want to know. Can I go in now?
Yeah?
Just wait till you see the surprised expression I have this year.
Well, hello, darling. Back from the movies already?
Yeah. What happened to your bridge club?
As near as I can figure it out, it was a case of spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, but nobody planned a birthday party. Oh, I think you're mistaken, Patty. I am? Ross did.
Oh, Slade, could you carry these presents into the living room for me?
He's got them for a whole month.
Did you have enough to eat, Ross?
Yeah, thanks.
Ross, how many times have I told you about reading at the table?
I have to do this for a book report in school tomorrow. Oh, Slave, could you turn the page for me?
Turn them. Yes, Ross. How's that?
Thanks.
Sure. I want you to save your strength, because when this month is over, you're gonna need it.
Oh, isn't it about time for,
I'll get it, Aunt Natalie. I'll get it.
That kid's a born slave.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Ross.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Go ahead. Make a wish and blow out the candles. Barry! Blow them out. Oh, come on. Blow harder. Keep blowing. Come on. Harder.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Beats against my window, babe. I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. And when the rain beats against my window pane, I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. And dream of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's very good to be performing at Brooklyn Heights High School. Hooray!
Coming here is just our way of saying thank you to the young lady who helped us get our first big break, Miss Patty Lane.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that I feel very proud and happy to realize that I had a part in giving Nigel and Patrick to the world. I'll never forget the first time I heard them sing. It was at a little radio station right here in Brooklyn Heights, on a day that was also pretty historic for my cousin Kathy. She had just been given a very big job there. Good afternoon, music lovers. This is Kathy Lane, broadcasting a new program of classical recordings presented by Brooklyn Heights High School over Brooklyn Heights' own station, BHBH. We open with Chopin's Nocturne in E-flat major, played by the distinguished young American pianist Harold Burke.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette.
Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Bravo! That was great! Did I sound all right? Like a real pro. Why, the school did a smart thing picking you to announce this jazz. Music. Thank you, Patty. And thanks for rallying round. You couldn't keep me away. Besides, I like this music. It's real catchy. Patty, you don't have to stay for the whole program. I want to, Kathy. I'm really beginning to get with it. Why don't you wait for me at the shake shop? Okay, cuz. But I really mean it. Now, who needs the 4 Beatles when you can have the 3 Bs? The 3 Bs, Patty? Sure. Bach, Beethoven, and... Bach, Beethoven... Lenny Bernstein? It's all right, Patty. 2 out of 3 is fine. Bye. See ya.
I'm Nigel.
I'm Patrick.
Nigel and Patrick. You must be British.
How can she tell? After all, being subjects of Her Majesty the Queen.
Blessed with a talent for entertaining.
And in bad need of a haircut.
Naturally, we came to America to seek our fortune.
How come I've never heard of you?
Who has? We're nobodies so far.
But you've got so much talent.
Yes.
And rhythm.
Yes.
And what's more, you're kind of cute.
Yes.
Well, then what's holding you back?
Connections. We haven't got any.
That's terrible. The world needs you.
We're available.
And I know what you need. A manager.
Right.
Someone with drive, enthusiasm, and contact.
Right.
And I know just the person. Me. Why not?
Well, no offense, love. I mean, you're a nice girl, but what can you do for us?
True, I am a nobody, but, it just so happens that my father is Martin Lane, managing editor of the New York Chronicle.
Blimey.
Papa knows everybody. All he has to do is pick up the phone and you're on your way.
What if he doesn't like our kind of music?
How could he not like it?
It can happen. First time my old man heard us sing, he threatened to kick me out of the house.
Well, my father appreciates every kind of talent. And when he hears how great you are, he'll say,
Mindless, monotonous drivel. How else describe the so-called music pouring out of our jukeboxes and into the ears of the youth of America?
Hear, hear.
Someone said, I don't care who writes the nation's laws if I can write its songs. We at the Chronicle wonder what kind of laws will be written by the generation that responds to this kind of music.
That's powerful stuff, Martin.
No, that's high. Come in.
Hi, Papa.
Hello, Patty.
Oh, excuse me.
You know Mr. James.
Yes, nice to see you again, Mr. James.
Of course she does. Patty, what brings you to these parts?
I was just down listening to Kathy announce her symphony program.
I told you about Kathy's radio show. How was it?
Oh, terrific. And then I ran into this wonderful new musical group.
Musical group? What are they, a sort of, string quartet?
No, not exactly. Actually, there are just two of them. Oh, and they're really terrific, Papa. All they need is a break.
Well, Martin, maybe we can get our concert editor to
I was hoping maybe you could hear them, Papa.
Why, I'd be glad to, honey. When could we set it up?
Right now, they're outside.
Well, Kathy isn't the only lover of fine music in your family.
No, evidently some of Kathy's good taste is rubbed off on Patty.
Here they are, Papa. Come on, you.
Can't give you love. Can't give you Can't give
What do you think, Mr. Leonard?
Dynamite.
You're wrong, Mr. Leonard. They're really sensational. The kids... You mean you like them?
What's not to like? They're sensational.
You really mean it?
From the heart.
Well, you heard what he said.
And to think you brought them to me, Danny Leonard, a hole-in-the-wall fly-by-night, a nobody.
Mr. Leonard, you may be a hole-in-the-wall, fly-by-night nobody. But we believe in you.
And I believe in them young fellas 100%.
You want us to make a record?
What record? A whole album.
An album?
It can't miss. I'll stake my bottom dollar.
How soon can you record us, Mr. Leonard?
Who says we can?
But you said you believe in them.
And I do, but who am I? Danny Leonard, a hole-in-the-wall, fly-by-night, and nobody.
Let's go, Nigel.
Wait a minute. I ain't finished. It happens I got a silent partner, a rich brother-in-law, Max Winters. He manufactures shoes.
You mean if he likes them?
We're in business.
We'll audition for him.
Impossible. Max wouldn't listen.
But if he won't listen, how...
He don't listen to people, only to records. You gotta go out and make a demo.
What's a demo?
A demonstration record. That's going to cost money, Mr. Leonard.
Don't look at me.
But you said you'd stake your bottom dollar.
I already spent it. But if you fellas go out and make a demo, and Max likes it, we can go all the way.
All the way.
All the way.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard.
Thank you.
Take one.
Ross, would you tell Patty that... Oh, excuse me. That's okay, Kath. I'd like you to meet Nigel and Patrick, my cousin, Kathy Lane.
Evening. How'd you do?
How'd you do? Kathy's a disc jockey.
Yeah. Hi, mate.
Yeah, but she only plays long hair stuff.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Down, boys, not that kind of long hair. They're really very talented, Kathy. I'm sure. It was very nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Okay, come on, let's get with it. Nigel and Patrick, take one.
Can't give you
Ross? What's that funny noise?
It's me.
You and your typical American boys know how. You boo-booed, Ross.
I did not. I know what it is.
What?
That was you, Patty.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all.
Ready to take two?
And you go stand in a corner. Nigel and Patrick, take two.
1, 2.
You really like it?
What's not to like?
Then you'll play it for your brother-in-law?
I told Max you fellas are making a demo.
What did he say?
He won't listen.
That's wonderful. He won't listen?
Max says, what does he know from demos? A shoe manufacturer.
But you said...
It's what Max says. He wants to hear him on the air.
On the air?
Max says he won't put up a nickel until a disc jockey plays the record, and then he'll spring.
Mr. Leonard, we're just kids. We don't know any disc jockeys.
Naturally.
But you must, Mr. Leonard. I mean, being in the business.
Do I know the DJs? Intimately.
Well, that's great.
But I could pick up the phone and call any one of them right now and tell them that I personally think that you fellas have a terrific number here.
Will you?
What use would it be? Who'd listen to me? Danny Leonard, a hole-in-the-wall, fly-by-night nobody.
Let's go, Nigel.
Wait a minute, fellas. We're not licked yet. Sure, I'm a nobody, and I don't know any disc jockeys. But I believe in Nigel and Patrick. And somehow, I'm going to see to it that you go all the way.
All the way.
All the way.
Dynamite.
Hi.
Huh?
Believe me, fellas, I tried.
But...
I went to every disc jockey in town.
What?
I told them how great you sing and how you really deserve a break.
What?
But they have a rule. They won't play anything that hasn't been recorded.
But we can't get recorded until someone puts us on the air.
Let's face it, fellas, we're dead. You think someplace in New York there'd be a disc jockey? Wonderful program for tomorrow. Brahms' second, Beethoven's fifth, and Chopin's Fantasy in F minor.
Brahms, Beethoven, and Chopin.
Why can't she give young blokes a chance?
That's show business. What'd you say?
Brahms, Beethoven, and Chopin.
No, not you.
I said, why can't she give young blokes a chance?
Nigel and Patrick, you're not only talented and tall, you're geniuses. Kathy! Patty, for the 50th time I've told you it's impossible. But why, Kathy? It's such a small favor to ask. I told you why, because I only play the classics. But Nigel and Patrick are classic. Patty, you know I'd like to oblige you. Yeah, that's why I told Mr. Leonard to tune in tomorrow. Patty, he'll be listening with his brother-in-law, the silent partner money man. Well, I hope they like Tchaikovsky's Sixth, because that's what they'll be hearing. Oh, Kathy, the whole record takes only 3 minutes to play. Now, what are 3 minutes? Long enough to get me thrown off the air.
Struck out, huh?
Your cousin Kathy's a very stubborn person, Ross.
Yeah, I know.
So is her cousin Patty. Go get me that demo.
But Kathy says she won't play it.
That's her opinion. Go get the demo. Hi, Kath. Patty, you're not going to start badgering me again.
No. As a matter of fact, I came to apologize for being such a pest.
That's all right. I know how easy it is to get carried away.
Yeah, I'm pretty kooky, but I'm all over it now. Kathy, isn't it about time for you to go on the air?
Oh, just about. As soon as the sound engineer gets here.
Oh. You mind if I hang around for a while?
No, I'd love it.
Thanks. Oh, that's where you keep the records, huh?
Yes. From Palestrina to Balterpiston.
My. Boy, it's a pretty heavy door.
Oh, it's like a bank vault in there. Once you close that door, you could shoot off a cannon and nobody would hear it.
No kidding. What's your program today?
Tchaikovsky and Grieg. But if there's something you'd like to hear, aside from Nigel and Patrick, I'd be very happy to play it.
Never heard of them. Could you play, Beethoven's what?
How about his first symphony? It's very melodic.
Oh, great.
All right, I'll get it.
She's right, it is like a bank ball.
Shame on you, Patty. I shouldn't let her do this to me. But I will.
Hi, Kathy. Ready to roll?
Yes, all set. We'll play these two, and, you can put this one on first.
Nigel and Patrick. On this program, Kathy?
Yes, it's an experiment I'm making to see how our listeners react to the modern British rhythms.
It's your show.
This is BHBH, the voice of Brooklyn Heights.
Brooklyn Heights? I never heard of it. Sit back and listen, Max, and I promise you from the money we'll make with these two young fellas, your Walter will go to Harvard.
That'll be the day.
We now offer an hour of recorded music presented by Brooklyn Heights High School.
A high school program. Danny, what are you doing to me?
Take my word, Max, it's those high school kids who buy all the records today.
That's right, Papa. Sheets of America. Pick Nations hits.
God help America.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kathy Lane.
Kathy Lane? Who's she?
Very big in Brooklyn, Max. The kids swear by her.
We open our program this afternoon with a number by two young boys whom I predict will be number one in all our jukeboxes.
You hear what she said, Max?
Here are Nigel and Patrick singing Truth Often Hurts the Heart. Go, boys, go.
Can't give you love.
No. That's the wrong one. Hey, you got the one with the noise.
What's that funny noise?
I don't know.
The wrong one. Mister! Joe!
She fellas, you said. One of them must be a woodpecker.
Somebody goofed.
I'll tell you who goofed. My hole-in-the-wall fly-by-night nobody of a brother-in-law.
Wait a minute, Max. You're wrong. Look.
Cool. Hey, man, dig that beat.
He's flipping. He's nuts about him. You hear, Max? You hear? The youth of America has spoken.
And all of which goes to prove that if you've got British pluck, a lot of talent, and very long hair, nothing can stop you. Go, boy!
Loved you all the summer through. I thought I'd found my dream in you. For me, you were the one. But that was yesterday, and yesterday's gone. We walked together hand in hand, across miles and miles of golden sand. But now it's over and done, 'cause that was yesterday.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike,
They walk alike,
at times they even talk alike.